Alrighty, drawing 5B. Okay, we'll start with the big circle, radius 10. Circle anywhere, click, type 10. That is our radius. All right, now that's a little big. Let's make this picture just a little smaller. I scaled it. I'll move this over. Okay, next, I'm going to do these cutouts, right? The chopped half circles. So I'm going to do one along the top circle, and their radius is 1.6. I didn't have to press R. And then I'll trim it out. And I'll trim out that piece of circle. Why not? Now, I'm going to use array. Array is in the modify menu here. And you could click rectangular array, not that. Click the down arrow and polar array. Okay, or if you type AR, it's going to ask you to select the objects first. Press enter and then choose the type of array, polar. Either one works. Then, once you're in polar array, you choose the center. And automatically it gives you an option. There are 6 and there are not 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type where it says 6. I want to change that to 12. That's it. That's all it really takes. We're going to close this array and leave it alone. And we'll just trim out all these pieces one by one. Okay, there's our cog, right? The teeth on that wheel. All right, next part. Let's try that curve here. Okay, it sits on a circle. So still going from here, I need the center to make the center appear. Make sure you move near one of the outer curves. If it still does not appear, hit F3 to make sure OSNAP is on. As long as it says OSNAP on, if that still doesn't make it appear, right click down here where it says object snaps and make sure you have these object snaps on. Endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection. Sorry. Click the center here. And that's radius 6. Okay, and then I need to find where it says 60 degrees. And that's 60 degrees, and that's centered. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a line straight up. I could, no, let's do this. Let's do it that way. Rotate, choose that line. Rotate is up here, and modify. Choose the center. Everything, since this is a circular shape, all of the details are going to work around the same, mostly the same center. And I'm going to rotate 30 degrees. Then I'm going to mirror MI. You could rotate again and use the copy option. In rotate. Mirror, enter, pick the center, and I'm going to go up. Click anywhere, vertical, turn ortho on, and press enter so that it says no to not to erase the original. All right. Those two intersections, it looks like a angry sun with antennas. Those two intersections are where our circles are going to be. They are radius 1. So let's make this a little smaller. There we go, so we can have it on screen. All right, that's going to be radius 1. So I'm going to do circle, click here, R, I don't have to press R, 1, circle again, click, enter. And next, this is some trickery, right? There's a tangent option, right? For these circles, it should just hit this circle pretty much right there. So I could do C, click here, and we do have the size, actually. It says radius 7, and since the little ones are radius 1, it should be 7 minus 1, which is 6. So let's do that. Let's save the complications. Click here for the center, radius is 7. Another circle, radius is 6. Sorry, radius is 5. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of these two lines. And now we can trim. All right, there's that part. Next, we have these things, those 3 holes along the center. They are 110 degrees wide. There's 3 of them, so that's 330. There's 3 gaps, a space in between. And in a circle, there's 360 degrees. If they take up 330, then there's only 30 left. And then each gap must be 10 because 30 divided by 3 is 10. Okay, so they're 110 degrees long, and we have two radiuses, 6 and 4. So let's do the two circles. Again, moving near here to get the center. Radius 6, radius 4. Okay, then we have a line from the center going down. Rotate, choose this line, click here, and before typing in, if I do 110, it's going to go this way 110. So I'm going to do negative 110 to make sure it goes clockwise, but I'm going to hit copy because I want to keep the original. Negative 110. That's the length of that piece. Okay, and then the gap in between is also 10 degrees. But let's just use array, right? Just let's use the tools we have. I'm going to trim this stuff out. Erase that one. Oh, that's a boo-boo. I'm not going to redo this video. I'm going to hit undo. Those were not radius, they're diameter 4 and 6. Okay, so I'm just going back a few steps. Mistakes happen. All right, so circle from the center. We're going to do diameter 4. Circle from the center, diameter 6. See, they're much smaller. As I was looking at it, it was going to intersect with this, and that's what made it wrong. Same idea. We go down, rotate, choose this line, click here. We're going to do the copy option, and we're going to type negative 110. Okay, now we're still going to array it, but now we have the correct size. Right, trim this out, trim this out. We're going to do AR. I'm going to choose this. Polar. This is my center. And they're going to be 3. And hit the check. All right. Next, we are going to do these circles. Okay. They are 120 apart. All right. Array will go around in the circle. If you do a polar array in one direction or in the other. So I need one of the end ones if I'm going to use array. Otherwise, I could just put one and then rotate them and copy them into place. But I know array is going to work, and it'll be faster if I do it correctly. So circle from this center again, and it's on a circle that is it's the same as the big circle up top from before, radius of 6. So we are going to type 6, right? Maybe we could, well, we'll talk about layers later, but well, never mind what I just said about layers. And then line command, we're going down. We're going to rotate that 60 degrees because that's where the first one starts. And these are all circle, D for diameter, 2. And there are 5 of them. I can get rid of this. I am going to array this circle, polar array, choose the center. There are 5. And the fill angle, 120 degrees. And it's going in the wrong direction. That's where we change direction up here. And then we hit the check mark. And this shape is done. I could get rid of this. I can do, let's do the linear. And we can still do, you know what? That's fine. Do QDim. And, oh no. We could do the centers. Let's do the linear. We'll do center and center. That should be correct. That should be a 10, radius of 10 or diameter 20. And then it's a perfect circle, so it should be the same, but let's do it anyway just to be thorough. Then we type DDIM, modify, fit tab, overall scale, and this is slightly bigger. So let's do like 4. Press enter, hit OK, close. All right, good enough. Okay, make sure we can see the dimension, the shape, and your username in the screenshot, and that is 5B.